So welcome one and all, it's Vital, and I'll be talking all about how to promote your music on Instagram. We'll be going through the following: your profile and all the things that you can tweak, change and edit, understanding content and what you should be posting, scheduling and planning ahead, using hashtags. Briefly we'll be touching on stories, the benefits of adding music to your stories and how to do it, IGTV, live and reels, and last but not least, Instagram ads and sponsored posts. Alright, so let's get into it. So just like usual, make sure you click below for the markers, timestamps and the chapters so you can skip around to where you need to be. And if not, you know exactly what to do. Sit back, take note and relax. Before we officially start, make sure you subscribe to the Ditto music channel, hit like and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. So do not forget to get down in the comments. Therefore leave some feedback, let us know how you're feeling, let us know what you found interesting, and if not, comment down below for some general chit chat. And as per, I will be down in the comments, but let's get straight into the video. Instagram has around 1 billion monthly active users. So it's absolutely well worth the time for you to focus on making sure your profile is up to scratch. And as we all know, there are a lot of musicians and influencers who've actually built their whole career based off just using and utilizing Instagram. Obviously, it's very important to spread your efforts and focus on all aspects around your music career. But with that in mind, let's dig a little bit deeper and see how Instagram can help you reach new fans, engage with your current fans, and build your brand as an artist. Setting up your profile and your bio are pretty straightforward, but there are a few things to keep in mind to ensure that you optimize and utilize it to its full potential. Your profile picture. Ensure that your photo is high quality, has the right aesthetics and is the right size. Think about this, you're going to potentially upload a portrait or a square image, but with Instagram's automated crop circle, ensure that whatever you want to show in that image is perfectly seen, even if it's cropped. It could be a headshot, a band photo, a logo, or some kind of unique graphic. Your bio, it has 150 characters, and it's best to utilize each character in the most best and unique way that you can. And this is debatable, but we know it's important. People say that the link in the bio is the most important part, simply because you cannot access any other link from anywhere else on the app other than the link within your bio. So what that means is just make it count. You might choose to put a link of your website, your latest release, your up and coming shows, whatever is most relevant and important to you should be in that link. A little tip, being as Instagram only allows you to have one link in your bio, there's specialist tools out there that you can utilize to have multiple links. Things like Linktree, Showbuy, beacons, and there's loads more. And these just offer a variation of ways for you to have multiple links under one link. Utilizing one of these links effectively, you will be able to have your website, your music video, your Spotify, your Apple Music link, and anything else you want to include. And I mean, people forget this one all the time, but post great content. I know it sounds obvious, but exactly what is great content? To be fair, that just depends entirely on your audience. You have to really know your audience and learn to understand your audience as you grow with your audience. The types of content that you can post, photos, videos, but more specifically, backstage visual content, unseen content, rare content, clips from your live set, memes, promo graphics, edited videos, photos or quotes from musical artists that you rate, you respect, that link to the type of music you're doing, or maybe just photos of your family. The key here is you're trying to get people to engage with your content. So whatever that content may be, just ask yourself, does this feel engaging? Would you want to know this if you wasn't you? You should understand and know your audience better than anyone else. For that reason, it's a lot easier to think about the content you're going to create because you know exactly what you will like. Most likely your audience will like it too. Here's another little tip. As Instagram's feed is predominantly in a grid mode, if you go into someone's profile, you'll maybe only see the first 3, 6, or 9 posts. So it's very important to keep your music potentially on the top line, if not the second line. So every time you're posting it, it's good to think, okay, have I pushed out any video or audio content that links to my music? Because you don't know who actually might be looking on your profile and might be looking for some music to see if they want to follow you or get more involved into your journey. Here's another 2 tips. Don't be afraid to take inspiration. And that means looking on other people's profiles, looking outside of Instagram and seeing things that, really relate to your content, the type of music you make, and definitely sharing those things. But it's always good to tag whoever or wherever you've taken that content from. And in some cases, you may not want to take the content, but you're inspired by it. Nothing's wrong with showing a little love and appreciation to where that inspiration came from. Another important thing is that we're talking about content and where to put it, what kinds of content. But if you don't know how to create, edit, manipulate, and work with certain ideas, it's going to be very difficult to showcase that content onto your feed. So it's good to get a little clued up on exactly what you'll be posting and how to do it. And I mean, if you haven't got crazy Photoshop skills, there's different smartphone apps that you can utilize to help you edit any video or photo content. Like these, for example. Yeah, I'll put them in the link below. And quality is so important. So ensure that anything that you're creating, editing, that you are exporting at the highest quality, because most social media apps, including Instagram, downgrade a lot of the quality once it's uploaded. Schedule and plan ahead. I mean, you don't always have to do this, but it's very good to have some kind of a routine so people can semi-expect at least when you'll be dropping some new content, to keep them a part of what's going on. Me personally, I'm a spur of the moment type of person, but luckily I post enough content, so even if you miss one, you'll definitely catch the next one, and most people will go back onto the profile if they feel they've missed something and scroll back through. But regardless of planning or not, you'll definitely soon see that it's just about consistency and great content. Where scheduling and planning really comes into play is when you have a project, a single, or some kind of product that you are releasing, whether it be merch, a poster, magnets, anything. And not everyone necessarily has the time or the patience. So there's a few apps that you can utilize to either remind you to post or to actually post for you, and it'll post it across the different platforms at the same time. As these apps are forever changing and the use of them are forever changing with the social media platforms, I'm gonna put a few over there and there'll be some in the description, and we'll be keeping that list updated. Using hashtags. Hashtags, believe it or not, are still a great way to reach new potential fans. Literally, if you're starting out building an Insta following, then it's best to not hold back on utilizing the hashtags. A lot of everyday users actually use hashtags to find like-minded people or to find things or accounts that they feel they want to follow because it links to something they're looking for, whether it's food, music, sports, anything. Currently, you're allowed to utilize 30 hashtags, but I personally think that's a bit excessive. I would say utilize hashtags that have a broad sense of search. So hashtags that have a usage of 10k or below, and then anywhere between 10k to 100k, and then 100k to a million plus. So it's good to use a variant of all three different groups, and you'll see what I mean here. One thing I can 100% say, please do not spam. Spamming is the most certain way for current followers to unfollow you and new potential followers to be deterred from even following you in the first place. When using hashtags, what I like to do, and I've understood that this works a lot more better, it's a lot more cleaner for your post, but it's to post the hashtags in the comments. And you can do this after you've released the content and it's already been posted. You can fill one of your comments simply with a few hashtags, and it'll still be just as effective as having it in your caption. The coolest thing, you can actually hashtag nearby locations, similar sounding artists, literally anything that relates to whatever you're posting. And like me, if you're struggling to come up with any kind of hashtags, you can actually use an online hashtag generator. It's free to use, there's loads of them. If you search that online, you'll definitely find one, but if not, look in the description below the like button, you'll see one there. You type one thing that relates to your post and it'll give you a whole heap of hashtags. Instagram stories, lives, reels, and IGTV, the new features. Considering I've just mentioned 4 different features, there's over 500 million people just utilizing stories alone. Utilizing stories is such a great way to connect with fans and show them exactly what's happening as it happens. And the greatest thing is that you can utilize stories to promote anything and everything. And that's why it's so important to create stories that catch you instantly. And more recently, Instagram have introduced IGTV, live, and now reels. And I can tell you this for absolutely certain, if you're not using at least one, if not all of these new features, your account potentially will not grow. You have to think these tools are Instagram's new features, and as they grow as a company, as a user base, and they create more spaces for people to utilize, the real estate seems to be getting smaller. So what you will see on your feed won't be as regular because it now has to share that same space as Reels and IGTVs. And with that in mind, Instagram have actually put most focus on Reels. They've even redesigned their user interface and home screen on Instagram. So if you really want to get out there and you want the majority of your fans to be seeing what you're posting, you should be utilizing Reels, absolutely utilizing IGTV where it fits best, and as much as you can be utilizing lives. There'll be a video on Instagram's new features like stories, lives, IGTV, and Reels, and anything else that pops up. So make sure you subscribe so we can get into more detail on those. And not to forget with stories, you can also add hashtags, GIFs, music, tag people, questions, polls, reminders, countdowns, and so much more. And here's another tip. If you are looking around Instagram and you're seeing people able to do the call to action swipe up, you have to have 10,000 followers on your account to make that happen. There's a work around it, but it's not really the best situation. What I would say is to definitely try to build your account, and if not, you can direct people to the link in your bio. And remember with stories, if you don't have time, one thing you can definitely do is record what you need to record, save it, and you'll be able to upload it at a later date. And then what you can also do is add any edits, filters, anything just to kind of jazz it up. But it's very important to try and keep that authenticity so it looks as natural as possible, because people don't like to be promoted to. But if they don't know they're being promoted to, they're more likely to engage into the content. And all those stories only last for 24 hours. It's really amazing because they never actually get deleted if you have the settings on, where basically Instagram stores all of your stories within your archives after the 24-hour period. So you can go back and save, repost, edit. And what's really cool is you can actually drag that down and save it as a highlight on your profile. So it'll just be above your post and you'll be able to access them at any time. What's really cool is you can have different sets of memories saved. So you could have one highlight about behind the scenes at a music video, another one could be your trip somewhere, and another could be the process of creating your EP. And you can tweak, change, edit, add, take away, put back, do anything with the highlights. They're yours to play with. And it's like it says on the tin, it's a highlight. Whatever's important to you, whatever you want people to see, whatever you want people to go back and look at. It's very important to kind of use one of them highlights as a semi-promotional tool to get people to check out your new EP or keep them updated on the process from the inception to the release. Last but definitely not least, do not forget that with stories, you can include your music. So if your music's already out and you've uploaded it with Ditto music, you have the option to have it distributed to Instagram, and you'll be able to utilize it within your stories, and it can add to the revenue that you receive as an artist. So it's so important to get other people utilizing your songs in their stories as well as you, especially if your song's out after a promo campaign. You should tell everybody to put it in their stories in the same fashion so you can receive a play from the Instagram stories platform. So if you was wondering exactly how to do that, you can definitely sign up to Ditto, link down below, get your music on Instagram stories and start sharing. Last but definitely not least, I'm going to get deeper into this one. Instagram ads and sponsored posts. Paying for Instagram ads and sponsored posts is an absolute easy way to get your content out there to new potential fans. And you don't need to break the bank with ads, but be mindful, because those little £5, £10, £20 can build up over the month. But it is worth experimenting, especially if you are new to Instagram or if you are new to releasing, to just see what a little bit of money can do. And then when you're ready, when you feel comfortable, definitely add to that. And be very mindful on your selections when using Instagram ads. Don't forget, Instagram is owned by Facebook, which means that you can go onto Facebook outside of your phone on a computer and utilize Facebook's ad manager to actually promote across Instagram, which might be a lot easier for some, and it gives you a lot more options on what you can do. And down below again, there's a link if you want a little bit more information on how to utilize the ads manager on Facebook. Yes, people, and here we are, how to promote your music on Instagram in 2021. So we spoke about setting your profile. We spoke about the best ways to post great content, scheduling and planning ahead, really utilizing hashtags in an effective way, the use of stories, and briefly touched on live, Reels and IGTV. And we also spoke about Instagram ads and sponsored ads. You guys, like I said, as per, if you need any information, any support, get down into the comments and let us know what you think. If you want me to expand on any of these points, please let us know and I'll definitely create a video explaining exactly how to utilize these different topics and features that Instagram has. But yes, man, love and respect, it's vital. I appreciate each and every one of you, but you know exactly what to do. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. I'll definitely catch you guys in the next one. More love, peace.